This is where we're going to jump into how to turn one review into 14 lead generating content posts. The next video, you'll get a full breakdown, but this one I just want you to know of the content styles that you can create out of one review. You want to make sure that you have a mix of this style of content that I'm going to show you, but also a mix of everything else that you have to be creating, which is the relatable, the shareable, the trending stuff. You have to make sure you mix that in order to see growth. This is all, again, like I said it from the beginning, that this is all positioning, brand positioning content. Homeowners trust content that comes from other homeowners, and reviews contain emotional triggers, credibility proof, and problem solving points. So when you repurpose each angle correctly, you hit every stage of the customer journey. And this system gives you the 14 strategic posts without ever thinking about what do I post today? Remember what we talked about in the beginning. We have emotional angle, we have the logical angle, and then we have credibility. These three angles become the foundation for every piece of content that you create next, okay? And I have 14 pieces of content. You can take a screenshot or you can write them down, but each one of them are gonna fall into one of these categories right here. And hopefully, even from that one post or that one review that is very detail oriented, you can get all three angles and then use and repeat the process here. The first piece of content is going to be an emotional post. So you focus just specifically on how the customer felt. Now, there's two ways to do this. You can create a piece of content with text overlay and just using a trend in audio. And then you can also create a piece of content where you are speaking, which is the most powerful one. If you're going to pick one, pick speaking. If you don't know what to do in the beginning, start with the text overlay content. But speaking and using the content that you shoot from the project that you did for the client that left a review, you're going to use all that content and you are going to just talk about the emotional part. The second piece of content that you can create out of this one post is just focusing on the before and after experience post. So it can be visuals, but it doesn't have to be visuals. This is more about an emotional journey about the customer. This one, I would recommend more of a text overlay, not having to speak and just actually guiding the audience with just text overlay. That doesn't have to be a whole long paragraph. It can be very short. Third piece of content is a customer objection post. So you're just highlighting the fear the review mentions and how you solved it. Fourth piece of content is the process breakdown post. So you turn the review's logical angle into a step-by-step explanation. So, you're showing the bathroom remodel. First we did this, then we did this, then we prepped this, then we used this. We love how Josh paid attention to all the small details. This is by Joe. That's going to be your overlay that you're going to be putting in the beginning. And then you go into the step-by-step process and the breakdown as they watch. Let's just say they're watching a bathroom remodel or a home edition or whichever project you want to put in there, or actually the one that Joe was talking about. Now, if you want to speak into the camera, you're going to be speaking and saying the words that, going back to this Joe review, you're going to be speaking and your first hook is going to be, Joe said this about us. We love how detail oriented our team was. And then you go into breaking down your step-by-step process. Fifth piece of content is a communication post. So you show how the review proves you're over-communicative. Sixth piece of content is what makes us different posts. Use a credibility detail to show what separates you from competitors. Another piece of content is a result post. So you're focusing on the final outcome the customer loved. So before they hired us, after they hired us, and then it just shows the results. A testimonial video format. You read the review on camera and break it down live. Then you have another piece of content that is just specifically about the pain points. So you pull out the problem the customer had and then you turn it into a helpful content. Content piece number 10 is a mini case study post. Describe the customer, the problem, and the solution. Content piece 11 is a trust post. Use a sentence from the review that builds confidence. Content piece 12, quote graphic post. Pull a short, powerful line and make it a clean graphic. Content piece 13, this is a really good one. Short form, swipe this lesson post. Give a homeowner tips based on what the review said about your work. Content piece number 14 is a call to action post, which doesn't have to be too long because it's not going to be the piece of content that's probably going to be going viral or super engaging because you're just maybe most people on social media aren't looking for your services right then and there, but you might be able to still catch somebody if they've been following your journey. So you just turn the review into a post inviting new homeowners to get a quote. And you want to make sure that you stay organized with content that's coming in, because it's very easy to just be all over the place. And I think that's where contractors get very overwhelmed, is that they just have too many projects either going on or too many pictures that they're sending back and forth. What's easy is that you can stay organized by creating a Google folder. So for every client that you have, you can start a new folder for them. Then for every pictures that you take or every videos that you take, you can go ahead and upload it, especially if you know that it's going to be a long project. That means you can get a lot of piece of content that you can use for future reference. So what I want you to do is I want you to go ahead and take one of the best reviews you have today. You'll instantly have 2 weeks of high converting content ready to post if you follow the system. And if you don't, then start getting organized now. That way you're not feeling stuck later on when you do get a review. I'm going to see you guys on the next one, where I'm talking about how to turn each homeowner fear into trust building content. See you guys on the next one.